Jang tich mayot ko Migulu City yo yar yup mimi ya gwerlo moko pitua kwe ploteno mama ko chaka biodo kwere piny obochake dwe man yo wedwe mia pau yario obikele man matut kemoken mapole yup miloga ngemo chuny ento kongo chake neno wiye madiro kit meneno duju.
At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long.
Anti-economy.
I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Kitio yaro yup me gwere lumoko pil tutino chake maka bicho do kwere piny pitua kwa ya Igulu City.
Igulu City kitwal moro milion piara na. Me facilitate jomo buworo tiene.
Luria yela melobo South Sudan go kwayo lega mameki bot Papa Francis new leg pikuch mala bednaga in Lobo South Sudan.
Issue of the food ratio. Since we came, the food is okay.
Kadong MP Saro Pendi orwati komite ariyo at mokochek milobo Uganda pitamen metodok chek makiloni marriage bill.
I have heard some voices talking about one of the provisions in the bill, which was parental consent.
Amor ditwal ajuli kaneno yup miloga ngemo chuin kombeti ki Wan Luo television anya Sunday Akumu tin chario neldwe apau yario medemi apau yachel imwaga alibario pieru yangwen. Jangament maloyo komtit yot kom migament mteder Pagulu City otiarati yup meme ya gwelo moko pelotino ma mpujake mwaka bi dokwere ping pitua kwea ite yup mamon tekalone mon the big catch up yup man gankal maditi Uganda yarati chabit mokati ki Igulu City genti ni gwelo tino mago chake bi dokwere ping makargin alibangwen pigwaro gin enikom tua kwea ikar maromene gbera miya gwera kimlotino kidong mon pito hepatitis DPT kachel ki yellow fever ikin mokene yup mana bochake dwene ni yokeru dima pawe ariyo memwaka ni ene pigwa koyot kumpalwa kidong anywali Uganda lo onen report kibot Ismail Jacob Jones.
Yup man ki Igulu City kitiara tie ki Badege Health Center 3 matie Badege Levi Division Igulu City ikarame yup man Ambrose Honoria matie RCC me Igulu City ayeu chiar katiara ne atie kachel kilo tich mukene me Igulu City. Dr. Daniel Okelo matie Senior City Health Officer me Igulu City wajo ke Wan Luo TV ni man tie kin agwera mapol mabutime marom ke man metua kweyam
Namento chwalo chente. Igulu City kitwal moro milion piara na. Me facilitate jomo buworo tiene. Kwan man kwet man tie magamento timo. Monyoro ne tielo temo mapego no yato completely agwera nama kitika mente malo. Adong Uganda giyo tongo wali miya dek wiye. Kibeti group walo temo kene. Magi no yato pagitiago yara gwera bana. Kidong ma dek aduki pakore jana makubana. Tuo kwea tika duogo. Tuo nyo mizo tika duogo dong. Dugo pa tuo ene tika dugo pingawa. Yan gen machaka wakine. Dano dong pagitika lok agwera.
Dr. Kelum wajoni gichiki gen me gwera lo tiano matino makar aliba ngwen Igulu City.
Poling pe ori wangera. Eto watame kitakwa wano lo tiano marong aliba beach kimia boro. Ipiara bera boro. Main ka o gang no view bero wat VHT. Penyo card ma gwera card me yor kom pala tiente kwene. Kadongi no card en cho chao ngiyo ne. Mokere be tie ma card pero en la teo don. Teo no ma ngwena fu pegi gudu bagi mo ka ko. Si kwede no nyor ne lutino maromo piero abung'wen pok ono yath gwera en bene dok watimo kwet mokene ni ki namba en ma ono lutino maromo 4,700 kuom dano 5,800 gikwa at least kingi te ng'ar achiel moma ti yath mo achiel mano ng'ar mo okeng.
Dorian Abel Voyo karan malolo kum yot kum igamente mete der me Gulu City wajo ni pego ma diet ma tie kum karaman do nyoro ma pol pegi tie kaneno lok me kwa mabe kicham kilo tino
are ko mbara neno matika timo matek bolo nyoro yeni do nyoro tigi tij maduong matek ma pol kara pegi miyo kara kilo tino ma megi tutwale kiba mo ke ko kere ne do tino miro dorcha aten ka inywalo Katien miro bed mador chak mabe. Eka pol kare wan makere bo joma chere ya war. Joma chere timo papa. Inoni iwemo lo tiero dongo ga. Mama ginyo dok dik be inyo chiente. En la tieno donga, mala tien pa no bedo ngo chok mena. Pira tek la tieno miro be chok mena. Tieno miro dor chak aye matek. Ka cham mera mere komo. Kom chak mar en doron. Botik lo tieno ma pol magitiki tuoner. Pien la tien beru gang tino tiano mare tiano mien la tiano fu kwa pe chero ka ya war la tiano mamiro mat nyoka ki diko la tiano mamiro o mat chai ki diko la tiano a ki gwana chen ki diko
en cheki luor ma tek tutani ka che nen tim ma char ket man mete chi lo tiano ma pol gebe mete ki kwa ki tuo ki tungchen Ambrose Honoria RCC me Gulu City ye peo beru yom ikar ma no mon ki ken en again ku chero yop man.
So at this moment trying to let you know that I am very disappointed that I am seeing the children and I'm seeing the mothers and I am starting to think that these children were bought from a supermarket.
No father.
When there is no father, it means you must have just bought these children. And you should also show me the supermarket so that I can also go and buy. As you are RCC, you are only lucky today that this being my first task, I should have first made sure that every mother comes with a husband. Even if you don't have a husband, a boyfriend. Yes. Because at least I know that children are not made by one person. Now, and next time when you go home, I want you to explain to this, to your friends, that the RCC is totally disappointed with you, that you are not responsible.
Chochok ene gamete me lobo Uganda, ubere ka fonyo lutik me yotkom, ka chel kit dano moguma pegi tege yup machar kitman, yup me agwera pitua kwea, mao chakatin nim. Ismail Jacob Jones, pe Wan Luo Television, Igulu City.
Dul malo be beru paloa kama Igulu City kilotela mokene kachel kidul ma Uganda Communications Commission nguji wankanisa pa jomola Igulu City pilo komwo ediwo man pele kidong bako dok maberu diwoni logwak be beru kuwa eni mon kanisa mapoli kom karmangi tiyu kidiwo melega manole makena kermatek maweko beru tekotwen megwoko yot kom kidong gwoko en be beru paloak idiwo lok mono kati Igulu City karma ka choke madul me UCC yubo kilo cholo gangia magitie Igulu City kanisa kidong jomo kene magitiyu pitit palwa kidong jemo kene menyonyo pamono magitiyu kwerme kobe ikin jemo kene mapol jonisani uchaka chono berka choke man pe Wan Luo Television en kele lok matut maikati kwere ikachoke kedul me Uganda Communications Commission.
Gulu City ayetikin city mafudgamente uyabogi chok-choki. Ento kai donye iye wo noti ye matek. Makiwaje ni tika nicha mukene magiberu kolega karu wachawa ngwen mediwo ni man toro twero padano menino. Ambrose Honoria dijime Gulu City ukatini tika nicha mukene magiberu kolega idiwo lung makaru wachawa ngwen ni man chek pa ye pien umiyor ki wo twero padano menino.
Sometimes I hear noise up to midnight, beyond midnight. And I want us to accept that anything that somebody can hear from a distance ceases to have value. Some pastors have decided to hold night prayers in the open. In the open, I think definitely at night, beyond 10 o'clock, this is not reasonable. Very many people have failed to sleep, but sometimes they don't know where to report. And I'm happy the DPC is here. Anything beyond 10 o'clock is noise. In this city, anything beyond 10 o'clock is noise, and it should not be allowed and should not be tolerated.
Kit meno bene Daniel Bai Twababo, Senior Officer Standard ite dulme UCC, umeroni lukwarum yero gulub chik labon toro ne. Kariwa lok magichero ka wacho ne hiyam pamono omiero po kela poga poga.
You go on radio, you start saying, my religion is better than your religion. You even go to the level of calling people to debate which one is the better religion. But they told us that that is faith. What I believe is what I believe. What you believe is what you believe. To me, mine is better than yours. But when you come and you start arguing which religion is better, that is not acceptable. If you are a pastor of that religion, preach your religion. Remember, even the content that you broadcast is listened to or watched to by other people not of your religion. Even you content creators, you are creating content that is in that line, trying to glorify religion A over religion B. But you don't know religion B and the people watching your content.
Reverend Nelson Obol la kwad maloyo wijo maulare chalo overseer Igulu City oteroni polkare gi beru klega mediwo itumdwe makiluoni overnight kon kanicha mapat lobo chekiet mamite
kani konge wek melegani disco no bedi ter pen bedi wo tika mogo madong ngea madong video halls pen rua kanamo kamiel pen ru mano mati kenyu music malo mangar mo ba o kunu pere abiri mo kan be pe o kunu la lodge mo kan be pe o kunu tamami ene peki kwa pakoloba peki kwa warloba ento kirike wachi ni ngama tiki twer ne angeni twer ni be mier podi twer pala wore ti anoni mier wati iyo mupore kawa noni doge watiki system mogo mo wido madon manyen madon lo karo watemme kitek meker ne manorwate kika beru murumuwa wakpedo kel wo pokel tele pokel jan
Karibe ni lok enoni tie ento ka beru chalo kamiel bene chikubu magogi madiji umio rupcha bora bili maloyo Gulu City ni umiero kikati kalupo chek meno nenoni gainlega ka chel kamiel umiero ti mapekaro chawa ngwen mediwo pi Wan Luo TV Joni Sani uchaga chon Igulu City.
Loria yele melo South Sudan makibero ibiribidi refugee settlement mati yume kidong nyumanzi kabir mati Jumane district gemete ginong konkar melo ki Papa Francis wagole ki pegin pikuit mala benara uduk chani lo mameki man lo South Sudan geno berka loka komi ben kwa mala ki bot Papa ni woki limpa lawang Papa Uganda man Monsignor Fabio Bujao kidong lawang Papa Uganda lim en man Apostolic Nuncio His Grace Luigi Bianco Lotelario ni medil ni koberu cheka lokelwa kulimo Arua Diocese kaben gulimo kaberu ploria yela makulo kelwa matuti kumnel mameki matie pilo komkuch iwilo bakulu kidong lok papapa unyokwen papapa ikom kuch iwilo bakulu kibot dini Katolika watiki report kibot Robert Ariaka ki West Nile.
Legane obedo tie mikwiru orda kachel koda par majutiero atoti pikwiru nindu pa uring luiny iwingomzo. Mawile mbene madito bedo ni ya Mungu woto kodhano pare. Iwecho kwa Wan Luo TV, jawang Papa ingome Uganda Nuncio Luigi Bianco, woto karashelo ku Cardinal majuyero manyen na Baggio, mikwiru nindu pa uring luiny na ikabedo pa uring luiny mautie I West Nile.
Under Secretary of the Dicastery of the Policy for Human Development to visit to settlements of refugees in this way to celebrate birthday of migrants and refugees. The Bishop of our diocese, His Lordship Sabino Richard Rodoki, did this invitation. The situation and needs of migrants and refugees are close to the heart of the Holy Father of Francis, the same for the needs of host communities.
Nindu ne obedo yoringe ma japiskopi mirarua diocese Sabino Ochan Odoki oluongo Cardinal ne meshidho ni neno uring lweny magitie ka kuo diocese mirarua man ni neno kit kony madini mikatoli omiko ni uring lweny.
And now I invite His Excellency the Apostolic Nuncio to greet you and to invite our guest of honor, the Cardinal-elect.
Cardinal majuyiero manyen Bajio wacho ni aya rombo kuwego mitipo papa mana yero ire ni aya ebe shishidho i diocese mirarua.
I'd like to end with a little thought which is coming. Before coming with Father Misani, we had time to prepare this trip, and I had a chance to meet the Holy Father, and I announced and I told him that I was coming to this settlement. I'm carrying his blessing, the blessing of the Holy Father, his particular concern for all those who are fleeing their countries due to many hardships, and those who are looking for refugees and shelter in other countries, and to especially each one of you. His blessing, his concern, his prayer.
Naima Grace Kemis won kom Elsia dek mikabedo pa ring lweny nyakudi bidi zon mamirario. Owacho ne ya peko pachan chamre mautie matek igi chalo ring lweny magitie kane bedo kabedo pa ring lweny. Mania ya peko papide utie peko madit sanam.
The issue of the food ratio. You know, since we came, the food is okay, but when the issue of the funding came in, people started having a lot of issues within the settlement or within the zone, in which has also created for us a violence that is within. You can see some of the youths, even some of the mothers. I am sorry to say this, but this is the truth and facts on ground. People are committing suicide because there's no food at home. There are a lot of violence. There are a lot of teenage pregnancies that is rampant because of no food at home.
Kudika bedo pa ring lweny mautie inyamanzi ya peko papi tie mausago. Manuela Blinkol owacho ne ya diocese mirarua utie kani konyo gima kwe ilempunjiride. Efoyo makwe diocese pikony magitie kani miko.
We get a lot of service like a school that can support our brothers here. That can give, that is school center GDO is for those fathers. Now our brothers, they can go and continue there, and the support is from them.
Sclabrini Fathers karashele kulito daughters of St. Joseph rema gitie kanimi kukony itenge miponjri. Uring lweny maya gitie kanikuo i West Nile ya gitie elifu dakabungwen kupira bish mapol migigi ai kudi ngomi Sudan man ngomi Democratic Republic bi Congo. Pilambangea maochwiny i Wan Luo TV, Robert Ariaka, Oringi Dennis, West Nile.
Tute palotela Megulu City Council menen ki gwoko lwa kidong bene deyo mekaberu mano ben maleng ni waki perature ke lumu nyomode kin mokene oyoke wakyo kom malupe ke lokom kumo dokota kom kwalo kono wit yen moken mabedo kidature makatika petne medeyo NCT man maluku porye maleto twale gen pole getimati man di woka dakla chen gi charo wakature magi mantika dwako chen jima pol makeditemne medongo Gulu City ikine ni yupo leo mekabir mapol Mati City la bole tenguri watiki report ikom yupman ake Gulu City.
Gulu City ukaruchete makaro million piarabichel me peto yen itenguri my city man. Enta yupman peromo nyako nyige kachenen kwo kiet matika teme kom karaman ikom yen kiatuara maketika peto ne itenguri me Gulu City o medem Emma roba tuero tie ngara chel matika konyo kiet me peto yen man idie gudi my Gulu City dog bene tiro pero magitie ka none kom karaman
lupo ya kenyu kwa mako ge ero bonono ge tor ge owen aya mario kenyu wano bio biri matek so kar mo chwalo kogo city council bumi wa ya bi wa cher wa gol mo kene man don bio chama gini wa wen wa o no yara tere ute bu di manua kana wa pero dengan ngo uri mo kene manye mena to ka dina era fu wa tika yede ge lo kana koya kere no no gre to ro ye gre to no so da pa yene ni wen nyu lenye ge bene nyu dona wa ko mo pe no meta ngo ja wa on betie
Alfred Okello, Mati City Land Officer, Megulu City. Wajo ki Wan Luo TV ni team paluko man pole gitika neno kwe yen magwele tek tutan.
Carrier tree grows fast and to pi bene wakiwele weng. The biggest challenge mawati nongune is one kawa pero now we'll kwalo ko. Utero ko ida gangi nyoy nasare bed mapat. So you know ni one wapiro, then kibiono kufuro ko, bagging charo ko, iwele and kibene way. So walego the public. Now no ngaramoti photo yat mano wapiro ko. The point one, then one knock. The city is big, so power romo biru ka weng, cha weng. Ero ka wabiono wapiro. Area kama iti boda state nyim dukan nyim gangi konwan ki gwa kone bien
Keripit ni kwalo ature tikatime district Megulu City dano ario kiken ene fudon ki mako game ukelo dong tiki luar ma tekrutan kachenen kwalo atura ki yen magiti kapetone iteng gudi Megulu City ni umede chiman be gweko kerwa miyo ko tiki chente bilo gi woro Bot can chill Megulu City.
We planted a total of about 1,230. Of the 1,230 so far, we've lost about 45. About 15 Manawapiro Yutong Ring Road. Those ones Uberu Lokadiegi, the evergreens, Yelayo Bal. Then Yutung Peje, School Road. Muroni, yes, Kipeje Stadium. Kinyua Kiri Asho. So that one, Pole, we lost it due to theft. So Polko, Tiyutung side me Peje cha.
La diete o wajo ki Wan Luo TV, luko man magibirone, Pole belotir magilak de godi Megulu City. Gitika kwalu yen maklone alkaria mawele ter total dak bene tiene chel ramo ter kine ka chilling ali piera dek unyo chilling ali piera bero Gulu City go yop me pero tian yen makar miliona bit itengudi my city man Ismail Jacob Jones pe Wan Luo Television Gulu City.
Afuena na report kibot Ismail Jacob Jones. Kawadire wachira moko chek melobu Uganda MP machung pimon metoro district Mansara Upendi orwati komiti mageneno kon lokom ngol mati kidong gender man lokomon kicho iyot moko chek melobu Uganda eno yara tita megameto dok chek man mati lokom nyom kiluoni mono marriage bill makache kimoko dok chek miyo kare bene kidan manyom mon makaro achil mano bene chek ngayo ilobu Uganda kany karibet komeno mano tugu nyamolok ma pol to twale kindan ma pol mokene chwaka mokene pidi chwaka ni mono tamano loko dok chik iloko nyum ilobo Uganda la chot mame wakiat moko chek palobo Uganda Fred Kajubi Kelly report committee Mengo Sara Upendi Ulego MPs magitite komiti manalo kompenchik kidong komiti manalo komon kicho meketo chunyi komtama kimiro dok chiki tutwale bore moni maweko bedo mantiek ni mono ngat mamiro nyum umiyor konong tuero kibolo nyuru mamekeni.
Chair to benchmark in Tanzania where the ideas of conversion of marriage and its smooth practical application, the idea of issuance and publication of notice of intention to marry for all types of marriages, as well as the idea of celebration of marriages in embassies and foreign missions were borrowed from. We also went to the Gambia, from where the idea of polygamy as a means to deter cohabitation was borrowed. We also looked at the Kenyan law, from where the idea of no-fault clause for dissolution of marriage was borrowed from, among others. Couples can simply, without giving any reason, decide to dissolve their marriage. And then Malawi, from where the idea of creating a marriage register book was borrowed. So briefly, Chair, this is what the bill is about. However, I just want to let you know that when the bill was read for the first time, I have heard some voices talking about one of the provisions in the bill, which was parental consent. And at that time, for us, we didn't have an issue with that because we felt really parents should give blessings to their children when they are getting married. And those who are opposed to this are actually saying that at 18 years, a person is an adult, and therefore they can get married to whoever they wish to get married to without parental consent. So I want the committee to really look at that. And
Karibet kumano dun mukena peke jeng kum gamente go wani mono section eni perwate dok kena wani mono ngat ma ken madung wakane twero donyo nyom te lokani ti dana mo tegi do miero pemite ni unong kong twero kibot la nyoro onyolo mameke.
Interact with somebody who has lived more years than me and than us, and he advised that when we are making laws, we should make laws for ourselves first, or for people we love. That's the best law you can make. When you think about yourself in that situation, then you are likely to make a better law. But if I make a law for Sarah, somebody whom I hate, whom I don't like, it's likely that I will make a very bad law. So even if we make it for ourselves in our situation, I think that would be a good one.
No.
I think
let's proceed.
In law school.
And to thank Sarah for being a very good warrior. And I will wish her success in this proposed marriage bill. But my two general questions. One, last year we passed the Rural Vision Miscellaneous Amendments Act. And that act, we repeated most of the provisions in almost all the laws, including the Marriage Act, that had either been declared unconstitutional or were obsolete. I hope in coming up with this bill, you looked at the Rural Vision Miscellaneous Provisions Act and did not reintroduce what had already been repealed. Two, our courts, especially in the family division, have been very progressive. Like the matter you've just talked about, that person, lady who has been in a relationship for 23 years, a man has now decided to marry another person. Courts have come up with decisions relating to the interests of both parties, especially in the property they acquired while they stayed together under a calm home and stay principle, not marriage. I don't know whether you've looked at some of those decisions and whether they would inform.
Chairman Benamite kimi kare ki joma kunyome board kamente mani office pakao ki jemo keneni menyomo dako makara chel. Opende weni mon ti dini mokene manyen mokati magichwako lokom mabedo ki mon makara chel doki kare man ne fut pe ya pentik ngayo ti makit man ilokom nyom. MPs mokene ko weni mondo jema pol mamiero kenene ki neno ko ikom taman mafut pe yo dochik piene obucho chundan mapol mo wek wako nyome otlega meriyo ka nyom bot kamente matwero yeni dano onyom lecho onyom dako makara chele.
The law is creating potential avenues of exercising polygamy. Now, there is no way polygamy shall be exercised without any encroachment on another marriage. How then do you criminalize encroachment on a marriage when it is an avenue of operationalizing polygamy?
The clarification I can give, as I understood, if you go and contract a second marriage, that is lawful. that will be lawful. But I'm meaning these side hens, side chickens, those ones are the ones I'm talking
Jonathan,
about.
it's a process. There is no way you're going to lead to convince someone to become a second wife without establishing a relationship.
Say civil marriage becomes polygamous, then there won't be any control in marriage institution. Men are going to avoid marrying in church. All of them will be going in for civil marriage. He can bring even 10 or 20 women. Imagine if that happens to your own daughter or your own granddaughter. How will you feel? So me, I wouldn't support it that the civil marriage be polygamous. Let it remain as it is. Thank you.
Mede komeno bene opendio wene moro men kimed ji mapol marang wa ngati mon yie kat bakeny ikine ti ye ni moro ngati man pete mo ko en machalo cho nyo daro umiero kinyo kat wa ka ben ji mo ken ti mapol men kati kwere me go kanyo Uganda makinyo me kidano maki akilobe mo kene Karibet kumeno MPs mapolo kakitang mopa tikom taman mamego Sara Opendi mitikimo kodokin chik mokene manyuole Uganda tikwere iloboni enikin panchik. Pilawange mochwiny e Wan Luo Television Fred Kajubi. Ilogangea mamaro biachara kichoro chwin dano magitilu fuikin pachi mejolo matek yume beri group bolichup mono luoni mono village savings and loan station man VSLA yumatek wek gunnon ker meder lima tiyan kibene gwoko lima no gen ramuti kweringe kare moni manoke gonyola wala me bolichup ni lok mono akibot bishop me PAG Uganda Simon Peter Emiao mober ka lokilwak magiti kaneno kit medongo ko mamegilo kom madongo biachara kidong riemo chan kiteso onen report kibot Michael Onye
Kopa me makere karachiel kede kano sente di jo kopo i grupun atetino eno bedo gi amupore tero bala gi apire tek twatwal i memban me VSLS wacho be gamo sente pore neno be kame jo kopo odwoke jo kochule i opono pore presiding bishop me PAG Uganda karachiel kede rionget me walrini wacho be kitimo e pelu meneno be opunyo lwak me piny pineno e pone me kiromo kano mono sente didokon dongo ko bedo tienegi.
But we work together to build the communities, to help the communities largely in 4 or 5 areas. And this is why we were visiting to places where we do community work. We have working with farmers. And our messages are so clear, is to boost the income of the farmers, to help them find skill so that they have food, because we work on food security. And when you have food in the communities, then the communities can be settled. But we also want them to think a little bit more by ensuring that they are doing agro-business, so that it's not just merely cooking, having food security, but to have more so that they can sell and be able to make money. Some of the farmers that have used their food produce, the work they do, to be able to put money aside. They have loan schemes where they loan finances to one another through their groups, and that has helped them to borrow money. And the blessing we have seen is that most of the communities we saw, they put up their own better houses.
Jo pinyi kum gema bedi member me akode ayika gi ena wacho be gene ko wodo aloka aduong I kuogi itubad meteso.
On savings, we train them how to divide the money without conflicts. When there's a problem, we also go and advise them. This is how you are supposed to do the saving, and this is how you are supposed to divide the money. And we encourage them, when they are dividing money, they should budget and plan how to use that money, not just go and misuse the money. Today you have divided the money, then you go and misuse it. Then next time, when time comes for you to start saving again, you'll find that you have no money. For the saving for the whole year, we always say about 10 to 12 million. That's when all the whole box. But when you divide the money now, you end up by some get 3 million, 4 million, 2 million, 900. It depends the way you save, and it depends the way you make your profits. Because if you don't borrow much, you find that you'll not be making a lot of profits. You have to borrow money and then you make a profit. You have to save, because if you have a saving culture of saving 2,000, then you'll not get a lot of money by the end of it. We discovered that we went on giving more money to people without knowing how much he has saved. And such a person, when you give him like 1 million, when he has saved 500,000, which means it creates a problem. You will not recover that money properly. So now we are saying it is a rule that when you want to borrow money which does not go beyond what you have saved. If you have saved 300,000, borrow from 250 down, so that it's very easy to recover the money.
Michael Onyinge, Wan Luo TV.
Yupti mekwanyo apa ikomia chel man pasenta pa pale makibicho ke yup matika bino man ngwech Gulu City Marathon mabuti mnenda bir midima pa wiario eni kibe miyune mechwa koko yup makimoro igor me pongduo makiloni dero kwan lokman kimoro yodiko tinel yup melokolo cholo ng'emoti Gulu City Inn Hotel matie eni boma Gulu la choch pa Wan Luo Television Raziko Thari oberutie kanan kitma yup mat buwor kwere en Kelly report ilokom toro.
Christian Lotara amobera kaka wang dero kwan okwa dero duch me binu karachel mere berpe ngwejman me konyo marayolim me kelo ng'echulo bakino boro tedera meti achole sub-region.
Tamo por wado kwa winyo ni Gulu City Marathon tika binu nien dwe me apario nien dwe abero marathon eni ng'wej PM Mamu ke anabi pero mal pero bi mal apa kido wan mu ke ma ruena ni mal bi pero wachere kene gen giti ka binu pian gimiru ni wan wacha rueyo lo ikum te kwaro pachuli pian wanu ni kita la church mo wa ya wa ni te kwaro pachuli mal lebenti heni te kwaro pachuli wa lebgiwen ku
Francis Gemara moberu won komme Gulu City Marathon komni neno kiti eme yobo ng'wenyman meneno ni omiyo kar bot jo amotego merweyo lergi kare dokte konyo memiyo tek chuny boro tino me kopro lok me ng'wech roma malo enta pira tek lo me weko jo me yaya chole sub-region bedo kira waha me tek waro gi
dano bene maro jemi culture pa choli miel cham gi jemi papat chininda bichel Jaka Gardens kubitimo yub money me en jolo weli wa weng mabino kanyi Gulu City gunong chama choli gunen miela choli guwiny dodo chi gudoko Kampala giwachi kara joni liech gikome joni tek culture gi tek ingwejo matek bene culture gi be cham gi be bene gindano mabe chwa miti wan weng watiyu kachel wache lutena choli wakel dano wa registering wa jol wele
Gulu City Marathon kono ikin ki jangwecho kilometers 40 kilomita 20 kede kilomita 5 kuno jo ayae ka underground ngata me kono lo kilomita 40 awuot kede milion achiel kede la habich ngato tiyo na mario awuot kede milion achiel eka ngato tiyo na madek te wuoto kede la habich kuni kilomita me 20 me ng'wech kono ng'ato lo awuot kede milion achiel kede la habich na mario te wuot kede la habich eka na madek te wuot kede la harie turu mia 50 nono Gulu City Marathon kono timere te gwong adit me ng'wech pika haka chikere te kwaro kon jo ametia bollo boke ikom ng'wech man no beredul me MTN Crown Beverages Limited, Karashel Kira Total Energies ikin meno keno chele. Langeo chwin pe Wan Luo TV Gulu City, Rasik Kenneth Kotari.
Afoyo na report lokom turu kelo ya gike yup milorangay mo chwin tin kan ki Wan Luo Television. Afoyo na wamet kinywa kolok madonga mokene matie ki in kiben mokene matie botokan ramu gamulok moken matie ne woki social media YouTube channel mamewa kabene Facebook page kidong X man Twitter machon kade wa TikTok bene ania sande Akumu afoyo na yup milorangay mo chwin.